Let's go Broncos! Something big might be brewing behind the scenes in Denver, and I've been digging into the latest whispers, rumors, and signals coming out of Dove Valley. You're not going to want to miss this. Imagine this. A top-tier wide receiver, the kind who can turn a 3-yard slant into a touchdown, suddenly becomes available, and the Denver Broncos are right there in the mix. That's not just a fantasy football dream. That's a real possibility, and it could change the entire course of our 2025 season. The front office has been quiet, too quiet, and when that happens in the NFL, it usually means something is coming. Sean Payton has been calculated with every move since arriving in Denver. No leaks, no chaos, just cold, strategic decisions. But now, we're seeing national media hinting at possible trades, player tweets fueling speculation, and insiders connecting dots that lead straight to the Mile High City. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 3 biggest names linked to the Broncos right now, and what it would actually take to land one of them. We're talking game changers, veterans with elite skill sets. But here's the kicker, not all of them are the right fit, and one could even derail the team's carefully rebuilt chemistry if Sean Payton makes the wrong call. So buckle up, Broncos country. This is more than just trade talk. This could be the tipping point for everything we're building toward. But before we go any further, make sure you smash that like button, only if you've been riding with the Broncos through thick and thin. And if you've been a fan since before the Elway days, drop a comment that says, "Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue." Alright, now let's dive into what could be the most pivotal decision of the offseason. Now, straight to the point. The wide receiver trade rumor mill is turning fast, and Denver is right in the thick of it. Let's start with the name that's grabbing headlines across the NFL, Tyreek Hill. After the recent blockbuster trade involving the Pittsburgh Steelers and Miami Dolphins, speculation erupted when Tyreek posted a cryptic gif of Will Smith in an empty house. Fans immediately wondered, is Tyreek unhappy in Miami? Is he even available? Now, we all know Hill's explosive ability. He can turn a simple 3-yard gain into a game-breaking touchdown. His speed and consistency haven't dropped off a bit, even at 31. But, and it's a big but, he comes with a massive price tag and a history of injuries. Add in the fact that he's just 5 feet 10 inches and has taken some hits over the years, and you start to question if paying top dollar for him is worth it. Even though he's still elite, the Kansas City Chiefs proved you can win big even after letting him go. Does Denver even need him? Marvin Mims has been progressing, showing promise with an expanding route tree. He started off as a one-trick deep threat but evolved as defenses adjusted. There's optimism he can step up, but he's not Tyreek. Not yet. So while the idea of Hill in orange and blue is electrifying, is it the smartest move? Personally, I'd advise Sean Payton to stay away from this deal. Now let's talk about a much more intriguing fit, Terry McLaurin, aka Scary Terry. The national media is buzzing about this potential move, and guess who's listed as the top destination for him? That's right, your Denver Broncos. The Commanders are looking to bolster their defensive line, and Denver has some assets to offer. Courtland Sutton hasn't been moved yet, and pairing him in a package deal with someone like John Franklin Myers, plus a pick, could get us McLaurin. This is the kind of move that should have Broncos country hyped. McLaurin doesn't just make catches, he turns routine plays into game changers. Think about Demaryius Thomas catching a screen and taking it 80 yards to the house. That's the kind of electricity McLaurin brings. He's 6 feet tall, with a RAS score through the roof, and despite being the same age as Sutton, 29, he feels fresher and more dynamic. Sutton has been dependable, but he doesn't quite bring that after-the-catch magic. Could he if he got the same targets as McLaurin? Possibly. But the reality is, we haven't seen that next level from him consistently. Sean Payton did tell Kay Adams this offseason that he's more confident in our current receivers than the national media is, but that could also be coach speak to keep leverage in any trade talks. Either way, McLaurin would be an exciting and legitimate upgrade. Then there's Chris Olave, a former favorite of Payton's in New Orleans. Olave could be available as the Saints continue to spiral. There's already a well-worn path between New Orleans and Denver. Just look at Lutz, Troutman, and the rumors around Taysom Hill. Could Olave be next? Let's not forget, Olave's been putting up numbers with subpar quarterback play. With Bo Nix stepping in as Denver's new QB, Olave would have the best signal caller he's had in years. He's a smooth route runner who can not only win contested catches but also make defenders miss after the catch. That's what Denver desperately needs, someone who adds yards after contact, not just yards after catch. The concern here is his concussion history. That's the one major red flag, and it's not a small one. Still, among the 3, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, and Chris Olave, Terry might be the perfect blend of talent, fit, and value. He's explosive, durable, and could be acquired in a smart, strategic move without completely mortgaging the future. But here's the twist. Sean Payton might not even make a move. As much as fans, and let's be honest, fantasy football players, want a splash trade, Payton is a master of the methodical. He doesn't need a miracle play every snap. He designs a 15-yard gain, calls a 7-yard follow-up, and just marches the offense downfield. It might not light up your fantasy scoreboard, but it wins games. That's how Bo Nix thrived in the red zone last season, because Payton schemed it to perfection. The Broncos have quietly built a monster in the trenches. This team is built from the lines out, with the potential to be the best defense in football. Add in a calculated offense and this team might already be equipped to make noise, even without adding a superstar receiver. So now it's your turn. Broncos country, what do you think is the most likely outcome here? Will we make a move for Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, or Chris Olave? Or will Sean Payton stay the course, maybe even re-sign Courtland Sutton and go to battle with the weapons we've already got? But here's where things get even more interesting. While most analysts and fans are stuck debating whether a splashy trade is coming, there's a growing belief inside Broncos circles that Courtland Sutton's story in Denver might not be finished just yet. That's right. Despite all the trade speculation swirling this offseason, there's a real possibility that the Broncos aren't just holding on to Sutton for leverage. They might actually be preparing to re-sign him and make him a long-term piece of this offense. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Sutton's had his ups and downs. Injuries have hampered him at times. And yes, his yards after the catch haven't always been elite. But this coaching staff sees value in more than just box score production. They see leadership, physicality, and reliability, traits that matter when you're building a team culture, especially under Sean Payton. And it's not like Sutton hasn't been productive. He's shown flashes, especially in the red zone, of being that go-to guy. He's made clutch plays, contested catches, and provided a big-bodied target that most teams would love to have. The big question is, can he evolve further? Can he become that player who not only moves the chains but also takes it to the house? If he's healthy, and if Bo Nix develops the way Payton believes he can, we might finally see the full version of Courtland Sutton unleashed in this offense. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Sutton. It's about the entire direction of the franchise. Because if Sean Payton decides not to pull the trigger on any of these trades, if he sticks with Sutton, Mims, and the current crew, that's a statement. It says, I trust my guys, I trust my scheme, and I trust the quarterback I just drafted in the first round. That's a big bet, but it's not a blind one. Payton is known for building efficient, disciplined offenses. Think back to his Saints teams. They weren't always packed with superstar wideouts, but they were always dangerous because of how he schemed mismatches and kept defenses guessing. Bo Nix might not be Drew Brees just yet, but he's accurate, composed, and quick with his reads, exactly the traits Payton covets in a QB. And let's not forget the context here. The Broncos have invested heavily in the offensive and defensive lines. They're not chasing fireworks, they're chasing efficiency. They're aiming to win games in the trenches, control the tempo, and rely on a dominant defense to close things out. This team isn't trying to win shootouts. They're trying to win the right way, the smart way, the way that wins in January. Still, there's always room for a spark plug. That's why names like Tyreek, Terry, and Olave keep coming up. Because as good as the scheme is, having one guy who can take over a game with a single play changes everything. Defenses have to account for him. He opens up the field for others. He creates space, chaos, and momentum. That's the appeal. That's the temptation. But maybe, just maybe, the Broncos believe that spark can come from within. Maybe they see Marvin Mims taking the next step. Maybe they believe Troy Franklin can surprise people. Or maybe they think Javonte Williams and the run game can shoulder more of the explosive play burden. Either way, the front office has been unshakably calm. No panic moves. No desperation.